Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Over already? That's a good edge. I shouldn't have executed the blacksmiths.
I'm burning up!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Quickly as I go. Neither fair nor foul.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Watch out!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Gotcha! Watch out!
Vent. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ultimate Warrior Showdown Season 3. This is a 1 versus 1 matchup brought to you by Veracity and Esports Fight Club. We are going to cover the China region. There's a lot of pro players and influencers from the China scene come together to join this 1 versus 1 competition. It's gonna be a great one. And we have got Swag versus June from SAG today, which is a team that is playing in the DPC season this year. June, also known as Sound Goku, he's currently the position 3 for SAG, and he'll be here matching up against Swag, one of the very high MMR player from Ocean, used to be on Ocean. And we will be witnessing a very, very good matchup very soon. Here you go. You can see this is a really high prize pool tournament with the champion walking away with 32k renminbi, and of course second place and third place are walking with some really juicy prize pool as well. It's been a while. We've seen a 1 versus 1 tournament. I think the last time we saw this was maybe DAC back in 2015. So it's real hype. You know, after seeing so much Dota going on, all the DPC seasons, all the DPC events going on here and there, finally we have the pure 1 versus 1 to decide who's the chat in Dota 2. The classic 1 versus 1 where winner goes home with pride and losers go home with nothing but shame. This is what we want to look for, and today we will be covering, like we said, Swag versus June, which is the first round on the right side of the bracket. And bear with me, I'm not this guy that you are seeing on the camera. His name is Jie Chuge. He's from Chinese. I am a Chinese as well, but my name is Arthur. I'm from Malaysia. He definitely look pretty alike to me. But anyway, we'll be waiting for the lobby to be up. Meanwhile, if you guys are curious, feel free to check out Veracity and also Esports Fight Club. They have been coming out with some amazing tournaments lately. And I'm sure that they will come out with a lot better tournaments in the future. Right after this China 1 versus 1 competition, there will be a European... I think there will be some other regions tournament coming up soon. So please make sure you follow them on their Twitter, on their YouTube, on their Facebook, so that you don't miss anything amazing coming out from them. Also catch us on, also if you are a Chinese audience, feel free to catch out the Chinese stream that is commentated by this handsome gentleman right here on Huya. If you are not a Chinese audience, feel free to just stay here, stay tuned with me, as we will be watching a lot of great 1 versus 1 today, especially if you are a mid player. What's better than just witnessing all the SF players going on each other and telling each other who is the best SF, especially in the Chinese region. Aside from SF though, we have been seeing some other hero matchup yesterday, because yesterday was day 1. There was a recap video on Esports Fight Club Twitter. So if you guys want to catch up some of the highlights, feel free to go to their Twitter and check their recap out. There were some really good players in this competition, some really high MMR players as well. So make sure you follow through, because there is going to be a lot to watch, a lot to learn. Before we go into the matchup, there's something to talk about the players as well. Like today, the first series we are looking at is Swag versus June, also known as Son Goku from SAG. June used to be a mid player back in the days. Now he has transitioned to post 3 and he's playing for SAG, which is a DBC team. He used to be one of the top tier, the most top tier mid laner in Chinese region. And of course, Swag, this might not be a very familiar name to a lot of the people out there, but he was one of the very new up and rising star in Chinese scene. I think he debuted himself in a team called Ocean, which is a team that is led by a bunch of Chinese very popular streamer from China. Some bigger names like YYF, like Zhou, like Long Didi. These are the Dota 1 generation of Chinese Dota players, and of course Zhou and YYF, they are TI winners from TI 2. So which is why they were having a lot of eyes on them, having a lot of fame, and Swag is one of the most promising players that they scouted for. They used to have two teams called Ocean and Blaze. Now they combine the two into one, which is the one that you are looking at DPC, the lower division of China, called the Magma. And Swag used to be on Ocean. And here we go. June versus Swag. Swag on the Dire side, and we see June on the Radiant side. They are both playing Puck. This is gonna be a crazy matchup. We used to see SF, we used to see Puck, we used to see like heroes like Pudge as well. I think these are like the classic 1 versus 1. And of course, Puck is just one of the matchup that just, it's a complete purely showcase of your skill. Looking at the last hit wise, we are really seeing Swag getting some really dominant last hit advantage here. He's already 2-1, and June at the other side, he has the enemy lane completely pushing, which is really hard for him to secure last hits. This is why Swag is completely taking advantage of this and already has 2 denies. June is gonna use his spell to secure the last hit on range. Now they are tied in terms of last hit, but the 2 denies is pretty big here for Swag. Can he get this range creep? No, he does a nice interruption coming out from June. Both of the players are spamming a lot of regenerations here, as you can see. Lots of Iron Root branches. Magic Stick is really important as well. Seems like it's gonna be a pretty quiet early game until both of the hero hits level 6, and then we should see some really crazy action going on. 3 last hits, 3 denies ready from Swag. He's sending up a salve. He's ready for more trading. First salve has already been forced by June. Instantly gets, not instantly, but wasn't fully charged. Swag is gonna just take it away. Silence used on Swag. Now the wave is gonna push into the Dire side. Is this where June will want to make a move? Unfortunately, Swag actually missed 2 last hits from that wave. There is no water rune in 1-on-1, so it looked like a muscle memory there to go for the water rune. Swag is going up to the high ground to zone out June here. They are both out of regen right now, out of mana as well, so they have to quickly send some salve and mangoes over so that they can keep the pressure on each other. I'm curious if any of them would actually get a point on phase shift. Oh, Swag is a lot lower than June right now. 5 denies already compared to the only 1 deny from June. That's definitely giving Swag a lot of advantage. Oh, trying to outplay with the dodge. More like June missing the waning rift actually. Because Swag actually joined to his illustrate op a bit earlier. That was a very big miss of opportunity there by June. He could have punished that very hard because Swag was definitely overstanding there. Salve on June, he will have some HP advantage here. Let's see if he wants to walk up the high ground to assert his dominance. Finally gets a deny on the range creep. The spells are almost up here by June. Gets a tower hit. No phase shift, so won't be able to dodge that. Hitting level 6 first is gonna be the biggest breaking point for both sides. So denies actually play a big role here. So because whoever gets to the Dream Coil first you will get the first mover advantage and instantly make a move on the other side. Swag is super healthy compared to June. He might want to make a move on June when he hits level 5. June gotta be very careful here. He's already sending out the South and 2 mangoes as well. Being very efficient, dropping items before using the South. Swag. He's gonna join to the op here. Silence first on June. He's making a move first, but Swag, he's trading under tower. He has extra armor. They're gonna go man to man. June is gonna get the first blood. That was really, really close. I believe June was surviving at 20 HP. Swag was being really smart there. Playing under tower, utilizing the extra armor and HP regen to trade back against June, but fortunately, June was able to use the creep's advantage and gets the last hit on Swag. So it will be a 1 versus nil kill score. With that kill, June bought a cloak for himself. That's gonna increase 15% of magic resistance. Swag is gonna buy a pair of sentry and orbs, instantly denying the observable ward from June. So that wasn't too bad actually, because he gets a lot of XP. But as we say, whoever gets to the level 6 will make a move, and June, can he get the last hit to outplay from the south? Swag! Still, he's gonna fall. That was a relatively quick one. No GG was caught, because this is a battle of pride. You don't want to be saying good game to your enemy after you lost. Swag is gonna instantly DC out June. The offlane player, actually, he's gonna get first game advantage here against Swag. That was very close fight, because both of the fight, they went to the maximum age. I think the first blood really changed the deal there, because the first blood allows June to get to the level 6, which he instantly used the advantage for him to drop the coil to instantly make a move onto Swag, and there's just nothing much Swag could do. He tried to fight back with South plus some magic wand charges. It just wasn't enough for him. So with this being said, Swag, he is gonna drop first game, and June getting into the BO3 with 1 game advantage now. Dota is a game of momentum, especially in 1 versus 1 game, because confidence is everything. If you could just beat down your enemies like that, it wasn't a completely beat down. I would say it was really close, but that definitely gives a lot of confidence boost to June, knowing that he's not even a mid player, he's an offlane player. So guess we are gonna take a small break and we'll wait for game 2 to be up. So let's do a bit of guessing here. Which hero would we see in the game 2? I would say it must be the Shadow Fiend, right? Because this is do or die for Swag, and when you're in do or die situation, you always go for the manly battle, which is the SF11 battle. It has been so for 2 decades, I believe. Ever since I started playing Dota at like what, 10, I've heard about people saying, if you want to prove that you are better than me, let's do the SF101. And in this kind of elimination situation, is there anything else better than the SF101 that we want to see? No. Or we want to see Shadow Fiend raising against each other, playing to the edge, and getting the victory like a man. That being said though, I did not expect the game to be over so quickly, but you know, good players, they always force their hand, they always test their limit, and when you are doing so, game could be ended very fast because there are a lot of action is going on. No good players want to just sit quietly and farm some creeps. That's not what you want to do when you are good. When you're good, you want to assert your dominance. You want to show enemy that you are not afraid of trading hits with them. And that's what exactly we saw just now in the 1 versus 1 matchup against Swag and June. I believe Swag is one of the players that is very close, or even maybe has hit 10k MMR. This is not a happy result for him at all, and you know that. Next game, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna come back with a rare, even stronger matchup, and no, turns out it wasn't the SF. It will be the last rank 1 versus 1, which is even better. These are very active heroes. You get to constantly throw spells at your enemy side. That's why they are both starting with a magic stick. It's actually the exact same build that they did. Okay, maybe Swag thinks that a circlet is more important than the magic stick, since Lashrak doesn't really have the best base damage for them to get last hit. That's why having more stats is also pretty important. It was actually the mental of intelligence that is the difference here. June also went for the circlet as well. This is a battle on whether or not you land your split earth. I think there's gonna be a lot of spells missing. There's gonna be a lot of jukes. But we could also see the epic moment where both of them land split earth on the same time and get stunned together. That's when the magic stick is gonna come really handy, and also maybe the casual fairy fire could make a difference as well. It's time we see. Can June get the perfect body block here? He's not blocking insanely well, but he's definitely doing a job. But if you look at Swag, this is the block that you want to see. It's just really efficient, going left and right, blocking the entire camp, the entire wave. I think Swag is gonna have a slight advantage here when it comes to the mid lane. Yes, he does have the high ground advantage. Let's see how much can he push his advantage forward. They're pretty chill right now. Focusing a lot on getting last hits. Range creep is definitely the biggest contest here from both sides. So it's gonna be the one landing the stun first. He unfortunately won't have enough damage to deny the range creep, which is really big. Now is the battle of range creep. He gets it. Both of the players are going for the same build because you don't really want diabolic at level 1. That's not gonna do a lot. Lightning Storm is going to help. Lightning Bolt is going to help them get the last hits a lot easier. And also, of course, the long range harassment are going to be sweet. Can't help but to feel like Swag is a little bit in disadvantage here because he doesn't get to save up all the magic stick charges. But June, he does have. So June is going to have a lot of surprising factor here when it comes to the final man fight. Swag might want to be really careful about that. Oh, once again, Swag is getting some fairly nice last hits here. He's gonna force the wave under the tower of June. Here he can just utilize his spell to really annoy the crap out of June, but unfortunately I think that was the second split earth miss. Level 1 split earth is just rather hard to hit because the AoE is so small. It's more like zoning split earth just so that they can secure the last hits. Another range deny on Swag. Oh, can he get these 2 denies? Yes, the aggro was perfect. June will get 1 denies in return. June actually went for 1 point on Diabolic Storm. Diabolic Elite, Swag is gonna go for the lightning. So that the difference is gonna come up very soon. We won't see the identical skill build like last game. This time around, we are gonna see whether this skill build from June is better or Swag will have the better understanding on the skill build. I just don't see how June can man up to Swag and just stick to him and do those diabolic edicts. But you know, instead of killing an enemy, there's another way of winning the 1 versus 1 matchup as well, which is to take the mid tower first. So this diabolic skill build might actually enable June to do that. He might actually just aim to take down towers faster than Swag instead of trying to kill him. June is really low though. He's gonna salve up. He's gonna be really healthy after this salve. So he might look to get a man fight on Swag. Swag gotta start putting in the mangoes, man. Otherwise he's gonna be losing out on this regen battle. I'm interested to see what Swag is going to do. Is he just going to wait for the level 6 so that he can start pushing lanes in, destroying the tower with the 2 points on Diabolic, or maybe even 3 points of Diabolic? I gotta say, that would be a very interesting strategy for him to win out the 1 versus 1 battle. Because of all the 1 versus 1 that I've seen, players always go for the attempt. They always go for the kill attempt on the other player. But aiming to take last hits on tower, that's gonna be the first time I see that. It's level 5 versus level 4 now. June has the lane advantage, has the creep wave advantage. He's gonna start walking up to the tower here. No, he is not gonna do that just yet. He doesn't want to show hand that he has Diabolic level up. Swag, he's gonna go for 3 points on lightning. So that's really where the difference comes in. Swag has all the burst damage in the world when June has all the burst damage on the tower. So it really comes in handy if June can just stick onto the Swag so that he could do all the Diabolic damage. The Swag no though. Can Swag tells that there's very low points on the stun and the lightning from June? If he does, maybe he could actually outplay this. It's a rather passive matchup today in this game compared to the Puck just now. Oh, here comes Swag. He's hitting level 6 very soon. He might want to make a move on June. The counter stun coming out from June. He's gonna just walk up to Swag and he's just gonna take the first push just like that. 3 points of Diabolic. Prove the worthy, it was worthy to get that. That was the fortification coming out from Swag as well. Diabolic is about to be off cooldown. 4 points of Diabolic. Could June just all in and end the game right here, right now? Diabolic activated. Here he goes. He's gonna take so much damage on the tower. Is Swag gonna be in time to make it? Swag is only level 5, I believe. And he's just gonna end the game like that. That was such a beautiful strategy. We all see that coming. Swag, he tried to force his hand, going up to the high ground to challenge June with only level 5 on his level without the Pulse Noah. And June just completely kept his cool, get the level 6 from the creep dying, and instantly turned onto Swag with the 3 points and Diabolic and also Pulse Noah. That was some good counter initiation there by June, and of course, very beautiful mindset and strategy to close out this 1 versus 1. I guess this is the kind of experience that gives you when it comes to 1 versus 1, because we noticed Sun Gogu, or also known as June, he has been playing in really high tier Chinese team for a very long time, and Swag, like we said before in the introduction, he is a new rising star. I would say that was just a very good display of experience over talent and skills. June outsmarting Swag there, out-strategizing Swag there, and gets the very deserved victory. Very clean game as well. Both games, it seems like June has complete control and have very clear understanding on how to close out the 1 versus 1. And now we are gonna move on from this to look at other even hyper matchup. We are gonna go into the schedule very soon to find out who's gonna be our next opponent. I heard that DDZ and AQ are in this tournament. Like DDZ, as we all know, he's one of the most talented mid player out there, and he's still very active in playing in a lot of third-party tournament that is not by Valve. And if you have been following the Southeast Asia region closely, you know that Ice recently on his stream a month ago, I believe, he was rating players. He was rating players to this understanding, and DDZ was one of the players at the A+ tier. Next matchup, we are gonna be seeing Seb from SAG, I believe. Seb is the position 4 player for SAG. I am not sure if he's active right now, but he has been in the scene for a while. His opponent will be someone called Yi Fan Xing. That's direct name of that is a Chinese name, so I believe he's one of the famous influencers from Chinese region as well. So we are gonna take a small break and come back to this match in a while. And once again, shout out to Veracity and also Esports Flycard for bringing us this very long overdue 1 versus 1 matchup. We'll see you guys in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ultimate Warrior Showdown Season 3, brought to you by Veracity and also Esports Fight Club. We have got a 1 versus 1 battle here from the Chinese region, and we are back. This is gonna be the matchup between Yifan Xing and September. September, who is known playing for SAG until last couple of weeks. He is a professional position 4 player, so it's gonna be really interesting to see how he's gonna fare up against this very handsome gentleman from the left. Seems like we have seen Lashek today, we have seen Park today. This is the first time we are gonna look at 1 versus 1 from Lena. This is gonna be a very interesting matchup as well. Super excited to cast over this. We're gonna see a lot of woman fight going on, a lot of trade hits, lots of LSA being juked, being hit. Let's see who's gonna have the better start here with the creep wave block. September is not going for the classic mid lane block like left and right one, whereas if you look at Yifan Xing, he's blocking pretty well here. I think he's gonna have a pretty good blocking advantage over Sep. No, it's super 50-50 here. Dragon Slave. Honestly, no idea who's the one getting the Dragon Slave and who's the one getting the LSA, because I couldn't tell. But seems like September here is having a slight advantage. He has already gotten 2 last hits. 2 denies though from Yifan Xing. Both of them are just pretty chill right now, waiting for their levels to be up and getting a fiery soul. Of course, they want to get that. It's gonna be easier to man fight. Oh, seems like a kill is gonna happen here very soon. September manning up, not giving any chances to Yifan Xing, not showing any sign of weakness here. All he wants to do is to man up and fight. Both of them are gonna force a salve from each other. So this is the time where I see, is Dragon Slave a better skill or is LSA a better skill? Yifan Xing is gonna land the stun first. Look at the attack range, man. Like, this makes me like the LSA a bit better because the attack range on Lena is so good. Like, it's so easy to put in those cheap damage and right clicks when you get the LSA stun. The only problem is you gotta hit the stun. You know, you won't miss any stun if you don't even learn it, right? Oh, nice Dragon Slave securing the range creep here. Sap seems like he's gonna fight back. Oh, the LSA from Yifan Xing first. Is there any magic stick for them? No, they're just gonna purely go out 1 versus 1. That's the man fight that we want to see. Instantly calling GG. Alright then. Seems like Yifan Xing, he's gonna have 1 game advantage up. This is a super fast fight compared to the last series. We see both of them are just manning up. And seems like getting LSA first is the better choice here, since you get to stun the enemy and put in those right clicks, which September wasn't able to do so. And Yifan Xing is gonna get a very, very convincing game, and he's gonna go into the series with 1 game advantage. And once again, thanks to our organizers and sponsors, Veracity and Esports Fight Club, for making this happen. It's been so long since we have a 1 versus 1 battle. The last one in my memory was DAC 2015, and it's 2021 right now. So that's like at least 6 years. So a huge shout out to them for bringing this back to us. If you guys like any more interesting and exciting tournaments, feel free to check them out. Give them a follow on their Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. They are gonna be organizing and producing a lot more interesting events. We have got Southeast Asia previously, we have got Chinese right now. So if you wish to see more tournaments like that in other regions, feel free to reach out to them, drop them some love, show them some love and support, and tell them how much you want to see all these interesting events coming out from them. I'm pretty sure that they will like having some good words from you. So with that being said, we will be jumping into the break very soon, or even straight into the next series. Depends on how much time the players would want to take a break for. Honestly, looking at this, I don't think Ifan Xing, the one that won, would want to take much of a break, because we know that Dota is a game of momentum and tempo. Once you are winning, once you start rolling, you don't really want to stop. As for September, we are really seeing, the difference in mindset of a position 4 player and a position 2 player. It seems like Ifan Xing, he knows the better matchup for this match. He knows the better skill build for this matchup, which is getting the LSA first. And sometimes small little details like that could determine the result in so many different ways. Which is why we see a lot of the Linas going for LSA first in pubs, in officials, in 1 versus 1 is no exception as well. Wow, look at J Sugar. He has not sure what is he talking about, but he seems pretty excited. And if you guys are wondering, I am not the guy that you are seeing in the webcam right now. My name is Arthur, and I'm from Malaysia. So feel free to check me out at Leon Arthur Dota at all platforms, at all social medias. And this time we are back with the Park 1 versus 1. We have Sap on the Radiant side, we have Ifan Xing on the Dire side. And of course, just look at the Dota Plus level. Ifan Xing on the Dire side, he is Platinum level on the Park. And meanwhile, September seems like he's very eager to start the game, even trying to insert the console to start the game immediately. He's only Bronze level in Park though, so it seems like there is gonna be a little edge of advantage here to Ifan Xing in terms of mechanical skill, and and of course the muscle memory as well. We'll see if Ifan Xing on the Dire side can get another victory. He will be moving on from this series, and September, he gotta take this down for him to equalize the series and fight for the last chance to move forward. So this is a do or die for September. I'm just really regret for not. It's a shame not seeing any SF matchup so far, but I think Park is gonna be an interesting one as well. We don't see the magic stick build like what we saw in the first series though. Like first series, when it was Swag versus June, we saw both of them buying the magic stick as the first item on the Park. This time around, both of them are going to go for this very right click orientated build. And Ifan Xing on the Dire side even has a verifier so that he can right click even better, and has a better edge when it comes to the final right clicks beatdown. He's gonna secure the range creep first. Very well done by Ifan Xing. He has the level advantage here. Let's see if he wants to push this forward. Very solid last hit skill as well. Seems like he's gonna be able to deny the range creep here. And Sap, the entire wave is being pushed to his lane. Means that his last hit is gonna be a little bit interrupted. He went for the phase shift level. Phase shift on level 2 on Ifan Xing's side. So nothing like the silence rush or just completely ignoring phase shift kind of build. Ifan Xing is looking for the opportunity to outplay Sap, or maybe even dodging some spells with the phase shift. So it's gonna be really exciting. We will definitely want to keep an eye out. Another illustrious op to secure the range creep from Ifan Xing. Doing so far is a really double up of the last hit from Sap. It feels like this is just the calm before the storm. I can tell that Ifan Xing he's waiting for a perfect opportunity for him to just unleash all the aggression, all the damage on Sap's side, and here he goes. He hits level 3, instantly walks onto Sap and tries to put down the chip damage. Can he get the range creep denied? No, but he also stopped Sap from getting it. Almost dodged the illustrious op damage though. That was really close. But level 1 phase shift won't be enough for that. Seems like it's gonna be another deny onto the melee creep. He's still gonna take damage from the Illusory Orb. Phase shift level 1 just wasn't very impressive. He's taking a lot of damage from Sap here. Sap seems like he wants to go for this. He's bypassing the creep wave. Yifanxing, can he do anything here? He has the Salve. He's gonna Salve up. There's 2 Salve on Sap's inventory as well. Seems like level 4 is the level that both of them are waiting for. This is the timing. Oh, he misses. He missed the Illusory Orb. Nice dodge from Yifanxing. Yifanxing is level 4 right now. He has 1 point on silence, though he's gonna throw Winning Rift on the Sap. Try to dodge the Illusory Orb from Sap. Seems like it's gonna be a big man fight coming on. That he has the Fairy Fire. He has some slight advantage. Sap is gonna Salve up here. Both of them are gonna Salve up. Can they interrupt both Salves? No. They're gonna go back to the ground, the 0 point. Once again, trying to use the phase shift to dodge the Illusory Orb is not gonna be enough though. But he did manage to force the magic stick coming out from Sap. So that's gonna give him a slight bit of advantage. I think it's very important to use the Wedding Rift to time the Illusory Orb so that you know his opponent don't get to just join to the orb freely. This time Yifanxing is not going to try to dodge it because he knows that it's not gonna work out. Oh, man fight. There's still Fairy Fire. Always remember there's Fairy Fire on Yifanxing on the dire side. There's 2 Salve on Sap. Seems like he's gonna be able to get this silence on Yifanxing's Fairy Fire. Magic Stick. They're gonna mine him. Oh, Yifanxing, what an outplay. He was just baiting Sap in with the Magic Stick and also the Fairy Fire. And he will be able to get the first blood. That was straight up just an outplay. And this could be just the difference of position 4 player and a position 2 player. It looks like Yifanxing has always gotten the advantage over last hits, and he just knows completely how can he outplay Sap with the magic stick charges and also the Fairy Fire. So congratulations to Yifanxing on the dire side to get a clean 2-0 and move forward to the next round, beating down one of the more popular player in Chinese region, September from formerly SAG's position 4. But it's no shame for September as well because he's not the nature position 2 player, and Yifanxing obviously he seems to be very comfortable on that matchup. So this is the bracket that we are looking at. We just covered Swag versus June, where we see June getting a very clean 2-0 over Swag and moved on. Yifanxing versus September on the right side of the bracket as well. Yifanxing is gonna move on while beating September. And looking at the left side though, we see DDC's name, and DDC apparently has lost in the first round. So one of the more promising player into this tournament is already out. AQ is another player that is more uprising in the Chinese region. And there we go. We are going to be watching a lot more series tomorrow. We are going to be witnessing AQ, previously newbies. Mid laner has a lot of promises, and there we go. This is tomorrow's schedule. AQ versus Jumi. Jumi's, you can definitely see him as a dark horse since he has beaten DDZ in the first round and move on to the second round up against the AQ. Let's see if he can keep the momentum going. And for AQ wise, he definitely want to remind everyone, his assistant, that he's one of the better rising star in the mid lane in Chinese region. And that be said, Arthur bringing you the broadcast today. I hope you enjoyed the battle against all these very famous players from Chinese region. I hope it was nice for you. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Once again, it's brought by Veracity and Esports Fight Club, and do remember to give them some love. Follow them on their social media so that you don't miss any other exciting tournaments and events like that, because you definitely don't want to miss out anything. And also check out Veracity on their website. They have a lot of cool stuff that you want to keep yourself updated. If you want to do so, check out their website, check out all their social media, and of course, my name is Arthur. If you like my commentary, feel free to follow me on Leon Arthur Dota on all social media platforms. And with that being said, we call it a day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. See you guys. Have a good night.